Hello, people. Today we're doing a set of butterfly wings of spring. And we're doing them on extra long stilettos. And here we go. Now, I saw a set of these done by Queen Diana, and I had her picture, but I forgot to pop it in here. So, yeah, we don't have it to look at, but trust me, hers came out nicer, and I really loved them, but I'm still happy with how I got mine to come out. So anyway, we're going in with this lighter purple lavender. We're gonna go about 2/3 of the way down the nail. Ah, that is the kind of stuff that keeps happening. My glove got caught under the stupid nail stand yet again, and it popped the whole thing off of there. Now I got a mess. Anyway, moving on. Okay, we're going to get all those on. Don't cure them yet. Now we're going to switch to this darker purple. Now, you kind of sort of just brush it up into the other color. We don't need to worry about doing a nice perfect ombre because you're not going to see most of this. It's just not going to show up with what we're doing. Frankly, most of that darker purple didn't show up anywhere, but it is what it is. Now, she did hers with pigment powders. I chose to use polish for mine. But there we go. Now, as I said, you don't need to make this a perfect ombre. This first nail I spent way more time on than I needed to. If you want to do a good ombre, just for practice's sake, go ahead and do it, but you really don't need to. As I said, you're not going to see most of this, and it's not going to show up. So you see, I just kind of blending those two together a little bit, and then that's all I'm doing. Easy peasy. So far so good. So far anybody should be able to do these anyway. I mean, you do need a little bit of hand painting skill just for the steadiness of your hands when you get to the more delicate part, but for the bulk of it, I think anybody should pretty much be able to do this one. I had to go over part of that lighter purple because I think that's the one that I dropped off of there. And I'm just giving them a very superficial kind of blend together. Not spending much time on here. Not putting in a whole lot of effort because you don't need to. I know it looks a little sloppy, but trust me, you're not going to see any of that. Trust the process. Okay, now we're ready to cure those. And in they go. See, they look a little sloppy, but trust me, you aren't going to see that. Okay, I have cured them, and now I'm going to go on the top part, just like that top third part, with this purple glitter. It's a hollow, purple hollow. And once again, you don't need to be neat about it. You don't need to blend anything together. Just get it on there. I kind of brushed it down a little into the middle purple, but really wasn't necessary, as you will see. And so far, easy peasy, right? I know I had already done a set of butterfly wings last year, but when I saw hers that she did, I just fell in love with them, so I had to do some. I had to try it myself. Okay, now we're going to cure that as soon as I'm done fooling around there. Okay, then we are going to go over this whole thing with Aurora powder, and there's no top coating in between. You don't need to. With Aurora powder, you don't need to. Now, I started off using my gloves, but I just wasn't happy with how it was coming out, so I switched to a makeup applicator. And we're just going to rub that in. We're going to do all of them. And needless to say, I have sped this stuff up. And we're just going to keep on doing all of them. I think my Aurora powder is going to get a workout here of the next couple sets after this one. Next week I'm on my own nails again, and we'll have a spring pastel-y kind of something. Not 100% sure what I'm going to do yet, other than the color scheme. So we'll have that. I definitely will be using Aurora powder for mine. And there they are. Okay, moving on. Now she used silver hollow chrome powder, and she just went right down the middle of the nail with it. I tried and tried. I have two different silver hollows, and I could not get either one of those to stick no matter what I did. So I just switched it out for the silver hollow glitter polish that I had. And that's what we're doing. We're mainly just going down the center. You don't need to get it thoroughly over the entire nail. I mean, you can, but it's not really necessary. Okay, that's all on. We're going to cure that now. In they go. And now we have black gel paint. Now I forgot to hit record when I did the first one of these, which was the thumb. So now you're watching me do the second one. And I'm only going to show one of these, so you can slow it down. You can rewind if you need to, but mainly what we're just going to do is paint these teardrop shapes on here. Now I'm going to be out of shot for a few seconds here, but we're just going to continue at the top or near the cuticle edge. We're going to just put the teardrops. We start at that end. You'll be able to see this in a second. See, we've got the middle one, then we've got the next one over. It's a little smaller, and then the last one is really short. And you don't even need to worry about making extra skinny lines for these, because all that background is going to be filled in with black. So then we're just going to continue down the nail, making the same teardrop shapes. As you start to go down farther down the nail, you want to start making them a little bit smaller. So really, your hand painting skills for this particular set don't need to be super great, because, once you get all these teardrop shapes on there, that's pretty much the hardest part to it, which is not really hard at all. But once you get them on there, and then we're just going to be filling in that entire background outside of the teardrops with the black. You don't want to go all the way down to the very tip, because you want that tip to end up being black, like solid black. I think I did one more down the middle, a little one. And that is all for there. They don't cure them yet. Now we're just going to fill in all the outside area in black. Now this part I did speed up, because it takes a little while to sit and fill all those in. So I sped it up, and this is the only one I'm going to show you guys too, because it's time consuming, and I didn't want to make you guys sit through all of these while I'm filling them in and stuff. But just every place outside of the teardrops, just fill it in with the black. That's all it is. So that's what I'm saying. Your hand painting skills don't have to be, really good for this one. And don't worry if you slop anything into the inside of those, or maybe you get your black on there and you've got too much black and you realize, oh, I should have made one here or there. I'm gonna show you how to do that once I get this all filled in, because you will see there's a couple that I did slop some inside of. And FYI, I'm using a striper brush for this whole process. Which if I had a different brush, I probably could have done this faster, but for the fill-in part, I probably could have switched over to my detailer brush and done this faster, because the striper brush is a lot more, for lack of a better word, flexible. I was going to say waggly, but it's more flexible, so it's harder to get it to, use a big chunk of paint and get it on there and where you want it. I guess I shouldn't say it's harder. It's just a little bit more, you need a little more finesse, I guess. We're getting there. Now once again, doing this on press on tips like this is so much easier. I'm trying to do this on a client, or on yourself. It's going to be one of those things where you're turning your hand all around in crazy positions to get where you need to get to do what you need to paint. Now you'll notice I've slopped into some of those spots where the purple is. We're going to fix that here in a minute. Okay, we've got it all filled in. Now I'm going back with my cleanup brush, and I'm going to take out, like that one, I wanted it to be bigger, and I'm going to wipe it off after each time because you're going to have that black on there. So anything you need to clean up, or you want to make it a little bit bigger, which I did on some of these, this is what you do. That's the one I slopped into. Now I didn't do it on this one, but on a couple of them later on, like down that side there, you see how there's that really thick area of black? And now I'm going to go back with black and fix that because I messed that up a little. But I would have cleaned that section out and put a whole nother purple spot into there. But I didn't do it on this one. I did do it on some of the later ones though. Okay, and there we have it. That is ready to be cured. And I did cure these each one at a time because it was like 90 degrees in here the day I painted these. And I did not trust my gel paint not to start to spread out and run a little. Okay, now I've got the white gel paint. We're going in with the dotting tool that I showed you. One end is a normal end, one end is a super skinny end. I'm putting all my white dots in first. This is where it really comes alive. This is my favorite part of these butterfly wing deals. But I will go in with the big one and put those in all the intersections and any place where there's big areas of black. And then when I'm happy with those, I will flip over to the other end of this dotting tool that has the little tiny part, the tiniest little dot. And then we'll go in and finish putting the rest in with the little one. I did get kind of carried away with the dots. I mean, you can do as many or as few as you like. I tend to get crazy with them. The main thing is you don't want to cover up all the black. You need some of it to just be in there and be black. But you just dot them on there. Now I did get a couple, that one towards the middle there, near that top middle that kind of ran together, I did take off that and fix it. I didn't leave it that way. But you may get little strings like drag off of the dot if you're not careful. Just take your cleanup brush and clean those little stringy bits off if you've got any. I had a few of those I had to clean up. There's one there. I don't think I showed that part, but real easy. And then, as I said, I did take off that one that melded together to the one next to it and redo those I'm not going to show that, but I did do it. And that's all there is to that. I will do the rest off camera, and there they are. They've been cured, and now we're going in with our final top coat. I'm using my tempered top coat on these. I really love how they came out. Kind of wishing I'd done these on my own nails, but here we are. I did not. I'm tempted to try to wear these at some point, but I'd end up poking my own eye out if I tried with these long stilettos. But you can see, as I was saying, you're not going to see any of that ombre area. You're not going to see any of that like stuff where the colors came together and it was streaky. You don't see any of that. So that's why I was saying don't stress over making your ombre. Okay, and here we go into cure now. And there's the finished set. I really like how they came out. If you like them, please give me a like. I'd really appreciate it, and it helps me out a lot. And if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. I upload a new tutorial every Saturday. And there's my finished picture. I will see you guys next time with my own pastel set of whatever I'm going to do. We'll find out together. Okay, bye-bye for now.